The month of April is IBS Awareness Month. If you're not familiar with that acronym, it means Irritable Bowel Syndrome. And it's a topic that not a lot of people certainly want to talk about. Sometimes it's an uncomfortable topic, but it's an important one because it's very prevalent here in Canada. Here to tell us more about it, I'm joined by Gail Attara. She's the president and CEO of Gastrointestinal Society. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here, Gail. Gail, first of all, for those people that aren't familiar with the Gastrointestinal Society, tell us a little bit about it.
So we've been around since 1976, a patient organization, a registered charity, and we have a website called badgut.org. And last year, for example, we had more than 7.5 million views of our website. So it's pretty popular, and it's in French and English. So we're very, very proud of that.
Excellent. Yeah, a fantastic resource for people out there. How would you describe IBS? I know it can be very individual, but tell us a little bit about the condition.
There's a really simple way to remember it. It's the ABCDs of IBS. So it involves abdominal pain, bloating, and constipation and or diarrhea. And sometimes you get predominantly one, like diarrhea or constipation, and about a third of the patients have a mixed where they don't know what to expect from day to day, whether it's going to be diarrhea today or whether it's going to be constipation today. So that's the crux of it. And it's much more complex, though, because it also involves a lot of pain. And I see we're showing our little video right now. We have a couple of videos on our website about IBS, and I really encourage your viewers to watch these to learn more, because not just for you, but to understand what others are going through.
Mm-hmm. No, I couldn't agree more. How I mentioned the prevalence off the top. How prevalent is it here in Canada?
So, the surveys vary a little bit, but it could be anywhere between 13 and 20% of the population. So that's a lot of people who are going through this, and they suffer in silence. They don't want to talk about their diarrhea over dinner, like you might talk about a broken leg.
Right.
But, so there's so much stigma associated with it. Even though everyone poops, people don't want to talk about it.
You mentioned constipation, and diarrhea, obviously, with this condition, there's a lot of embarrassing situations and moments that happen. I spoke to you off camera about my own personal experiences. Mm-hmm. I've talked about it very publicly before. But for those people that suffer from constipation, people may not realize how difficult that in itself can be, especially the physical pain involved.
Right. There's the pain, and there's also the whole constant feeling of, can I have a washroom nearby if I'm about to move my bowels? Because you're always waiting. Am I going to go? Am I not going to go? And the good news is that there are some treatments, and there's a new treatment now that's available for constipation that not just helps you move your bowels and go more quickly, but alleviates the pain. And I think that that's the biggest thing that most don't want to talk about, is that they're in constant pain. The majority of individuals have moderate to severe pain every single day of their lives, and that really affects quality of life. So if you can get this new medication, it's called Trulance. Not all public formularies aren't covering it, but perhaps if you have private insurance, it'll cover it.
Are there other treatment options available, Gail?
Well, everybody with anything, they come to us, the first thing they want to do is, can I do anything without drugs? And of course, everybody wants to do that. There's fiber, and there's, changing your diet. We've got tons of resources on our website about diet changes. But the reality is most people don't get relief unless they have medicine. That's the reality. And it's sad because, everybody wants to do it the nice, natural way, walk more, exercise, get proper nutrition. It's not that simple, unfortunately.
Well, we've talked about the physical effects, but there must be mental health effects as well, Gail.
Absolutely. I mean, we had a really tragic situation of someone actually committing suicide because he could not handle living with IBS anymore. This is really brutal, especially during the pandemic. It's harder to get in to see resources, and many people trivialize you can't poop, it just is something that's, so then go, and it's just not something. It's as in mental health, just feel better. And you can't. These are things that you just can't do without help.
And, and I will also mention, first of all, Gail, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. The awareness is extremely important. We brought up the website on screen, and I will also say it's the isolation. A lot of people don't realize how isolating it can be, and you put the pandemic on top of that, it can be very difficult. So again, Gail, thanks so much. Really appreciate your time today. And of course, to all our viewers at home, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Daytime Ottawa.